Hello everyone, it's Kari, and today I have a really fun project to share using a brand new stencil from Missing Stamps. This is Layering Daisies Stencil, and I love it. It's got 4 different stencils to it. The stems with leaves and also then 2 layers of flowers. One of them is the shadow layer, and so it's so easy to build up a beautiful bouquet of flowers. There are also etched lines. I don't know if you can see that here in the video, but those etched lines show you where to line them up on your card panel so that you get a perfect result. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my MISTI. There's a sticky mat here so that my cardstock is stuck down, and then when I put the layering stencils down, I just line it up in the corner and it's going to line up perfectly every time. So let's get started. This is a pretty quick video because stencils like this make it so easy to create a card quickly, and a beautiful card at that. So I'm starting out with some Rustic Wilderness Distress ink for my darkest green. That's going to be for the flowers that are up closest. And then I'm going to move in with the other stems and leaves and do it a little bit darker of a shade. This is Evergreen Bough. So it's a lighter green. And then I decided, oh, I want it even a little bit lighter and a little more yellow green. So I'm going to bring in some ink here. Fresh Prince, I believe, is the name of it. And that's going to lighten up that second layer just a touch. So there we go, just layering those on. And now I'm going to add the flowers. Now here's where I do something and I didn't realize it. I'm going to add the first set of flowers before I add the shadow layer. And as I'm inking this on, I'm using a lighter purple. This is Blueberry Cheesecake. And I'm inking it on and I'm realizing, wait a minute, these flowers are not lining up perfectly. That's because I had the stencil turned backwards. So you can see the difference when you have the stencil correctly. It lines up with the stems, with the center of the flowers. And you're going to see that. But I decided to keep going. So I ended up lightening up a second layer, which is the wrong way to put the stencils, so that those flowers look like they're in the background of this card, and it's going to create an even larger bouquet of flowers, which I think is gorgeous. Now I'm adding the shadow layer just to the front flowers with a darker purple. This is Villainous Potion Distress ink, and look how gorgeous that bouquet is, even when I messed up and added a second layer. But I love it. So I decided to go ahead and turn the leaves and stems around and add it with Fresh Prince, which is the lightest shade of green, so that it looks like those background flowers even have some stems. And I just thought it turned out so pretty. Now, this layering stencil, when I first saw it, I knew I had to pair it with Alice from Missing Stamps. It's my favorite collection. I just adore it. So I went ahead and colored Alice off screen, and you'll see her there on the right hand side. I'm going to show you a closer vision of her. But first I'm going to cut down this panel just a touch so that I can put it on some light lavender cardstock. And that's going to be the panel. But look at Alice here. I colored her apron up in purple, and then I stamped an image that says, I give myself good advice, but I seldom follow it. Now that's from the Wonderland Wisdom stamp set. But the background, I cut it out from this lavender piece. And that's what I stamped the sentiment on and then cut it out. You're not even going to know that. You can see I've used it to cut out another sentiment as well, a happy birthday. But I'm going to use that for the matte layer, and you won't even know that I cut all of that out. So it's a really great idea to lengthen the use of your cardstock, and you can use pieces of it just like that. For Alice, the way that I colored her up was I wanted to match her apron strings with the purple flowers. So I colored her apron and her apron strings purple, and then I just added some lighter purple, kind of blue periwinkle shade for her dress. I added polka dots and I just drew them in with a Copic marker. And then for her tights, I did blue and purple, or the periwinkle and purple. And I just think it's a really great combination and very complementary to the flowers Isn't she cute? She's just looking at those flowers. I'm imagining that she's actually getting some advice from those flowers because she doesn't follow her own advice, right? She's getting advice from those flowers. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this panel. I put a generous amount of glue on there so I wouldn't have an issue. And then I'm going to glue it to the card base. And this is a 110-pound card base, so it's a really nice weight and thickness. It's going to hold up this card nicely. And there is our card for today. Using that Layering Daisies stencil, the Alice from Alice collection, and the Wonderland Wisdom. And it's perfect and such an easy card to put together. Now you can do the flowers in any shade that you want. I think it would be so pretty in a variety of colors as well, and color up Alice just a little different every time. Thanks so much for stopping by today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow the channel, and I'll be back real soon with more card inspiration. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.